And now, we're about to embark into the unknown, the Epic Loots War Room. There's the audio mixer board. There is the Epic Loots Table of Death. There's our dry erase board. Oh yeah. So now we're looking at the Epic Loots audio mixer board here. This is a Behringer 1222 FX mixer board with 16 channel input, and we got all of our stars listed on here so that I know which mic I'm turning up. And then down here we have our Skype input, which is actually coming from a sound card on the computer, and then we have our sound effects input, so we can have two separate sound inputs there. Then this is our desktop with a couple of cool applications like Audacity. We have Notepad for doing our intros. And then we have over here our web browser so we can browse whatever we need while we're doing the podcast. And then down here, this is actually a custom client server application I wrote that handles all of our sound effects. So I can be playing on my tablet. And in fact, here we go to my tablet. And blue screen of death. Oh, gotta love it. Okay, so we've restarted. I've got my program running here. Now you go over and over here, and you notice, okay, it popped up with the base.net library, which is what I'm using for the audio. Now I basically select which input I want it to go to, which I tell it, go to my USB audio codec. And now, over here, the interface is loaded up with all my podcast intros, sound effects, our war sounds, and our quick tunes. And basically, up here we have two buttons that we can actually answer and hang up our Skype calls. So if someone calls in, I could be on my tablet wirelessly anywhere and, yeah, answer the call. And you notice this white bar on the top. That's actually a separate application I wrote that monitors our Skype incoming calls. It answers them, and it plays a on-hold music until we're ready for them to come on the air. And in fact, I'll call on up here. And in a few seconds, you should see the bar start flashing with our phone number. There we go.
Thank you for calling epicloots.net. We're busy talking about other crap right now, but if you hold, we'll get to you when we can. Maybe. Or you can visit us online at epicloots.net, twitter.com/epicloots, or facebook.com/epicloots.
Now we can actually go over to my tablet, and I can answer it from there. Now we're going to go over here. We're going to answer the call. And as you can see, there's a green bar along the top. It's a little bit harder to see right now. Let me try to get the camera into a better position so that you can see. And there we go. Basically tells you, okay, we're in a call. And now I'll hang up the call. And as you can tell, the white bar went back to normal. Okay, now I'm going to show you the server that everything's running on. This is server down here. Nice looking server. And yes, that is a 5 1/4 floppy drive. I've been trying to get it working here. I just want it in there for the geek factor, you know. But this is a 2.8 gigahertz Core 2 Duo running with 4 gig of RAM, a 960 gigabyte RAID 5 array with 4 320 gig drives. It has a 160 gig Raptor 10,000 RPM drive. That's the main boot drive. 2 different sound cards on it. The first sound card is actually the internal sound card. And should be, yep, right there. That's the internal sound card. Then the second sound card is actually a USB breakout box from the Behringer unit that I have. Very nice. Very nice. And here's our Epic Loots Table of Death. And show you some of the audio equipment we're using. We're actually using a Nady SP5 microphone for our audio. It was the cheapest one we could find at the time because we are on a limited budget. Most of the stuff I had already, but mics I didn't. We originally wanted to go with condenser, but we couldn't find cheap ones. So, and those were 3 for $30, so good deal. And yeah. And here's our nice logo that I spent about a day working on. I had to cut it out of paper and build a template, tape everything off, mask it off, spray paint, and it came out looking really nice. And we're going to be using it for quite a few podcasts to come.